Hey guys, and welcome on into today's NBA video play of the day as we head into the NBA Finals in what should be a very intriguing series here against two of the best teams. We have Cleveland Cavaliers, the number 2 seed out of the East, and the Golden State Warriors, who have been the top team in the NBA throughout the year and have looked, actually both of these teams look very impressive in the postseason. If you're interested in getting more pick content as well as the NBA Finals picks against the spread, you can head on over to our main website, stumpthespread.com, which I'll throw a link to down in the video description. Over at our main website, you can access our daily free plays as well as all of our top confidence premium bets. And be sure to check out our MLB video play of the day and click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel for more of this pick video content in the future. The Cleveland Cavaliers have had themselves a lot of success in the postseason, only falling once thus far. They did a 4-0 sweep on the Indiana Pacers, a 4-0 sweep on the Toronto Raptors in what was an even more dominating series than what was actually a fairly competitive series in that first round against the Indiana Pacers. And then the Cleveland Cavaliers went 4-1 in their Eastern Conference Finals against the Boston Celtics, where they picked up 4 wins by at least double digits, and then that one loss was to the Celtics at home by just 3 points. But Cleveland has looked significantly better in the postseason than what we were seeing out of them back during the regular season, especially the way Cleveland closed out the regular season. It was very concerning for them coming into the playoffs. Their first round series, very competitive against the Indiana Pacers, but since then, this group has been dominant, at least in their games against the Toronto Raptors and Boston Celtics for the most part. And this is a team that leaned a lot more on the offensive side of the ball than their defense throughout the regular season, and we've also seen their offense really show impressively in the postseason, and they've taken things up a notch or two on the defensive side of the ball as well, which is why Cleveland has had so much success. They ranked 4th in the NBA during the regular season in scoring average, putting up over 110 points per game throughout their regular season averages. And in their last outing, they dominated Boston on the road in that Game 5 closeout win in Boston, picking up the win by a final of 135-102, where the over again was just completely shattered in that game. LeBron James went on to score 35 points on a very efficient 13 of 18 shooting. It'll be interesting to see if LeBron can continue to be as efficient as we've seen from him thus far in the postseason in this final series against Golden State. In that Game 5 win, Cleveland also got a nice performance there out of Kyrie Irving, who put up 24 points, which was second on the team on 9 of 15 shooting. And this Cleveland squad has been able to rest quite a bit throughout postseason play, given how they've been able to get through series quickly. And also in a number of their games, they've won in blowout fashion, which has allowed them to go to their bench a bit earlier in the second half than they would typically do if it was a closer competitive game. The home team here, the Golden State Warriors, have arguably been even more dominant than Cleveland, and that's very impressive considering the fact that Golden State is playing over in the Western Conference, which from top to bottom in the playoffs, you would say that the teams in the amount of competition is a bit tougher than you had over in the East this year. Golden State going through 4-0 in that first round series against the Portland Trail Blazers, 4-0 against the Utah Jazz, and then 4-0 in their Western Conference Final Series against the Spurs. Unfortunately for San Antonio, they weren't healthy in that finals series. Maybe if Leonard would have been healthy, we would have seen a bit more competitive of a series, but Golden State was able to take care of business throughout the playoffs thus far. And this has just been an extension of what we've seen from Golden State throughout the regular season. Golden State going 67-15 during the regular season, while Cleveland went just 51-31. Very impressive stuff there from Golden State. And this is, I would say, a better version of Golden State than the team that won over 70 games last year, given the fact that they now have Kevin Durant in the mix, even though they might not be as deep or necessarily as physically imposing down low. When you add arguably one of the best players in the NBA to what is already one of the best teams, you're just going to get a situation that Golden State has been in this year where they have been very dominant. They've ranked first in the NBA during the regular season in scoring average, putting up nearly 116 points per game, also first in the NBA in assists, while also ranking significantly better than the Cavs on the defensive end, ranking 11th in the NBA in points allowed compared to the Cavs, who ranked 20th in the NBA in points allowed throughout the regular season. But like I said, we have seen Cleveland step up on the defensive side of the ball in the postseason, and it'll be interesting to see how that carries over into this final series against what's the best offensive team in basketball. In that closeout Game 4 win on the road against the San Antonio Spurs, Golden State won by a final of 129 to 115. In that outing, Stephen Curry looked very sharp, leading the team with 36 points on 14 of 24 shooting, while Kevin Durant also looking very strong, putting up 29 points on a very efficient 10 of 13 shooting from the floor. So heading into this Game 1 of the NBA Finals here, Golden State's going to have that home court advantage. Both teams coming in with significant rest that should aid both squads, but even more so probably Cleveland than Golden State, as a lot of their key players are a bit older in age than the Golden State Warriors. Golden State's got that great home court advantage, and given the fact that these are the two highest scoring offensive teams throughout the entire year in the NBA, and the fact that we've seen so many overs in the playoffs, right now we see the over-under at about in that 225.5 to 226.5 range. If you add up these teams' numbers throughout the regular season, you get right at about that 226 number. But we've seen even more so things going to the over more often than not. And that's going to be our NBA video play of the day today, siding with the over with these two offenses that have just been so impressive in the postseason, showing why they're getting into the finals here. Cleveland coming off that 135-point performance, with Golden State coming off that 129-point performance. Don't be surprised to see things go in transition quite a bit, as both of these teams like to run up and down the floor and get easier baskets if they can without having to play in the half court. So again, taking the over here as our NBA video play of the day. And if you want this pick against the spread, as well as our daily free play and all of our top confidence premium bets, be sure to head on over to our main website, stumpthespread.com, which I'll link in the video description. And also click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel for more of this pick video content in the future. Thanks, guys, for stopping on in, and we hope to see you in future videos. Bye.